Hello pretties, welcome to Restaurant. So let's address the elephant in the room. One, I'm not wearing makeup. Honestly, I didn't feel like putting makeup on today, and so I'm not. And two is where have I been? I missed 2 uploads this week. I do try to upload 3 times a week, and I've just been having such a hard time adjusting to daylight savings. I use natural lighting, which is why my lighting's always looking a little crazy. I use natural lighting, and lately I've been filming after I get home from work, which sometimes means it's too late for me to film at that time, or it means that the sun's going down and my lighting just looks like shit. So honestly, I've been really struggling with this. Also, my computer messed up for like a little while, so that was that. And if you saw my last video, my files got corrupted, and so it kind of like broke in half, and I was trying to like put it back together. It was a hot mess, but I hope you still enjoyed that video. It was very lengthy, which is not usually what I try to do. I don't like really long videos, so I try not to do really long videos for you guys. I do also fast forward all my videos when I watch YouTube. I'm always at like, give me a minute. I think I scared them. So I think they're good now. All right, now they're being big babies, both of them. Anyway, yeah, so I really think I need to invest in buying some lighting. That way, one, I can also show you like a better angle for me, because this is not doing anything for my chin. So I'm definitely, I think that's, stop mama. So I'm definitely gonna need to invest in some lighting. That way I can film regardless of the time at night. Whoa, my eyebrows are looking crazy. Yeah, anyway, so I need to invest in some lighting. I'm gonna look at Amazon, see what's available that's not too expensive, because also the holidays, and I definitely want to spend my money on other things than lighting, but I think it's at this point necessary. Alright, so let's get started with this video. Please do not forget to like and subscribe to become a resident of F0, and yeah, let's get started. Alright, so this is by no means a new idea. This has been done for years and years and over. People, you know, go online. I can tell you like what it is that they're thinking about, you know, planning for the next year, and they usually do this around the end of the year. I've recently seen Sarah Rose, Too Much Tosh, and Jessica Lee do it like in the last like 2 weeks or so. So I'm gonna leave their videos down below, but definitely like, you know, it's been done. It is not new or revolutionary whatsoever, but I just kind of want to show you guys what I'm doing. I want to start out with eyeshadow because I've mentioned it multiple times, but I am going to keep going with the eyeshadow obsessions project pan until I finish all of my eyeshadows, which at this count right now I have 20 eyeshadow palettes, but I know by the end of the year I'm gonna be at 21 because I'm supposed to be getting the Nudie 2 from L'Oreal Los Angeles, and it's supposed to arrive here on Monday. So, you know, we're gonna be at 21. So I'm definitely gonna try to rotate through all of them, and then after that I am going to be doing a 1 palette 1 week video thing, because I feel like I haven't been getting used out of my palettes, and I bought a lot of palettes this year, like a lot of them. A lot for me specifically. I almost doubled my eyeshadow collection this year, which is not amazing. So I definitely need to use them. So that's what I'm going to do next year. I just want to use them and love them and give them all I got. Now, and I usually put them in project pans also. I put them in my pie project pan. I'm trying to, you know, hit pan on at least one shadow in all my palettes. And that's going to be a slow burn, and that's okay. So I am going to keep doing that, and I am planning on specifically focusing on this palette right here. This is the Pixie plus Heart Defensor, which is That's Heart here on YouTube. And this is her little palette, and it's super cute palette, super easy. As you can see, I've already hit pan on it, and I don't know if you can tell, but they're not very deep. There was a very small dip on this before I hit pan on it, and I didn't necessarily hit a small, you know, pan. Now they are pretty wide. Like this is my thumb, and then this is how big these are. They're pretty big shadows, and I mean wide. But they're not deep. So I do think it's going to be easy for me to be able to, you know, hit pan. They're also super easy shades to use. These are not really hard, and I've mentioned this before, this is not a deep brown. It looks really deep, but it's really not that deep. So it's really easy to use these kinds of shades. So kind of want to unofficially try to hit pan on all of them. I don't know that I'm going to do it, and it's not going to officially be it. I just know that I'm going to keep putting it on my pie project pan. This is one of the few items that I know exactly where I'm going to put it, but this one's gonna stay in my pad project pan for a while, along with another palette. So this wouldn't be the only one, and so that one's gonna be a slow burn as well. So like I said, I'm not 100% sure I'm gonna do it, but I definitely want to focus on that palette specifically, because I do think I may try to do a panda palette in 2022, maybe. I don't know, because the panda palettes really burned me out. Which brings me to my Super Shock shadows. These are my panda palette for this year, which I failed miserably. I absolutely just bombed this one. I have gotten a lot of really good use out of them, but realistically, I'm not gonna finish them. And I was like, well, maybe I continue my panda palette into 2021, and then I was like, I don't want to do that. I really don't. I would much rather focus on one at a time and just kind of like sprinkle them in here. But I know that these are my oldest Super Shock shadows, and so I do need to focus on these ones, because after these I only have 4 other Super Shock shadows, but I only just got those last year, towards the end of last year, so they're relatively new. But these ones I've gotten anyway between early 2018 to late 2017, so these ones are old. I do need to focus on these ones, so I think I am gonna end my panda palette. You'll see that in the next couple of weeks. It's not much to see, and I'm gonna try to sprinkle them in to my other project pans, because these need to go. These need to go. All right, so there's that. The only other eyeshadow that I want to focus on is my cream. Where is it? I don't know why this is the only one that I did not pull out. I have like one cream shadow right here that's a single shadow. I have another one that's right here. This is my fall project pan. I think I have another one in this one too. Yep, right there. I have 3 cream single shadows. I need to get through those. So I'm definitely going to be focusing on those. But other than that, I'm not really doing too much for my eyeshadows. I want to just keep rotating through them, which is why I'm going to do the eyeshadow obsession. And I'm going to be doing the, hi mamacita. And I'm going to be doing the 1 week, 1 palette once I eventually go through them, which I'm hoping I will go through all of them. Okay, hi baby girl. Hey girl, okay. She's just being needy. That's okay, mama. All right, the only other thing that I know for sure what I'm going to be putting into is like specifically what project pan I'm going to put that into is this right here. And this was the birthday gift from Sephora this year, and I got the milk set, the milk makeup set. I've used everything except for the mascara and this one right here, but the mascara I'm eventually going to go through it. Mascara is not one of those categories that I put into project pans, same way like concealers, powders, because I normally go through those because I don't have that many. I usually just have the one. So it's totally fine. So this one right here, I'm gonna put it in there. It's a cute color. It's very natural. It's not too pigmented, and it's really easy to blend it out. So I think it will go. Hey, no, not right now. So I think it'll be really easy to like layer it. See how it kind of dissipated a little bit. So I think this will be a good one to put in my project pan and just see how long it takes me to go through it. I know that earlier this year, I had the mini bronzer, just like this one, and I went through it relatively quickly. I mean, I was relatively like, you know, kind of relatively, like it took me a couple months. But it took, I think it was like 6 months that I went through it, so not that bad, all things considered. They're fighting again. Let me go close the door. Okay, so yeah. Definitely gonna put this one in my pie project pan, and I'm excited about it. We'll see how long this one takes to go through. What I do know is gonna be really easy to layer. Another blush that I want to focus on next year is this Milani brush. I have hit pan on it twice. A little bit of a spoiler alert, but I don't know if you can tell, but the center is actually quite thin. I think I can go through it pretty quickly. I think I'm gonna have a pretty big pan, and I've already pressed this once. So I think I could potentially go through this by next year if I just kind of focus on it. Also, I've mentioned this before, it's really light for me, so I do not use a light hand with this at all. I have to like swirl. I don't even tap my brush because I know that by the time I go in there, you ain't gonna see it. It's just not that deep, and it takes a lot for me to build it for my skin tone. And I mentioned this before, I don't think I'm not dark, but I'm definitely tan, I'm Hispanic. But no, I just go through this. Like I'm going through this so quickly, especially because this was brand new at the beginning of the year, and I've hit pan it twice. That's a lot. So I definitely think I can go through it next year, and I'll be really excited to do that. So, and I think these two will pair well together. So we'll see how that goes. I have 3 highlighters that I want to focus on. For sure, I need to finish this one. This is the Wet n Wild highlighter. Do you see what little is left there? This is it. It's a little bit on the corners, which I can repress, I guess, but there's so little of this left, and I didn't really focus on it this year like I wanted to, mostly because I think I got burned out by the lunch money from ColourPop, so I definitely want to focus on this one because I think this one wouldn't take too long. I know this should take me about 3 months or so, maybe 4 if I'm not being that consistent with it, so I definitely want to focus on this one at some point. I'm not sure what project pan that's going to be in, but I want to focus on it. This one gotta go. I'm so close to finishing it, and I'm just like, I don't know what's stopping me from reaching for it. I mean, I know it's the formula. It's too glittery and it's not my preference, but I'm so close. I might as well just make that gap. Now, something that I really love is the Becca Champagne Pop, which is right here. And I just have a mini. I really do like this, but because it's a mini, I do want to try to hit pan on it. I'm not sure where. Maybe I'll put it in my project pan because, like I said, I'm not necessarily trying to finish it. I just want to hit pan on it. It's so little. There is a small deep dip in it. You can't really see it. And I say small, it's like very slight. But I also know that the minis are not that deep. So it should be somewhat easy to go through it. So I definitely want to put this somewhere. I'm not sure where. The other one I want to focus on is this Mustard Chrome highlighter. And that's because once I finish this Wet n Wild one, this will be my only non-cruelty free highlighter that I own. And I got this as a birthday gift, as a Christmas gift from my sister actually. I have hit pan on it already, so there's that. But I definitely had dug my nail into it by accident, and when I was panning it, that's where I focused on because I was like, shoot, might as well. But this is a really pretty highlighter. It is very glittery, which is again not my preference, but it actually does look very good on me, especially in the summer, so like, yeah, I'm hoping I can get a little bit of a tan this summer because this coming up summer, because this summer 2020, it didn't happen. Along those lines, I do want to finish a foundation that I do think would look better on me in the summer once I'm a little more tan, and that's going to be the Anastasia Foundation. I definitely got the wrong shade. I should have gone with my gut and gotten 315N. I think though, yeah, 315N, because that's the one that I thought was going to be a better match for me, but I had tried 335W and I knew it looked good on me, and that's why I went, because I was like, I just don't want to take my tans, and I should have just gone with my gut. So this is too dark for me right now, but hopefully in the summer it'll be a great match for me, because I know this was a great match for me last year in 2019, but I was also a lot tanner in 2019, so we're gonna try this again. we're gonna try to finish it. I don't know that I'm gonna repurchase it because I'm really loving the Pretty Fresh foundation, and I honestly just prefer that one over this one. And so I don't know that I will repurchase it, but I really like this foundation. I really do. So I'll put that out there. I have 2 more products that are not in this last category. This is where my bunch where I really am trying to focus on. But I have this eyeliner from Urban Decay. I do need to sharpen it. But it's a mini deluxe. I do think that would be somewhat easy for me to go through it. One, because it's so creamy, so you do use a lot of it. Also, because you have to sharpen it, you're also going to have like a little bit of, how do you say that? Like, you're going to go through it a little bit faster because you have to sharpen it. Versus all my other eyeliners that I currently have are not sharpenable. So I think those are going to take me a long time. Also, the formula is a lot drier. But this one, I think it's actually realistic for me to be able to try to finish it. So there's that. I'm going to try to put this somewhere. I'm not sure where. And then I also have another mini deluxe, but this is a red, I also need to sharpen it, a red lip liner from Makeup Forever, which I got these both in that giveaway that I won a couple of months ago. I'll leave the video so you guys can check it out. But so I definitely want to try to finish this one as well because I think it's realistic. I do already have another lip liner from ColourPop in Bossy, which is also a red. That one's more of a bright red. This one's a little more darker, but I do want to go through this one because it's a mini deluxe, and realistically, I am more likely to go through this one than the other one since the other one's almost brand new. So that being said, the bulk of the things that I want to finish are all lip products. Now, if you've kept up with my empties or any of my project pans, you know I go through lip products very quickly. Now, the issue here is that I have a lot of reds and dark pinks that are not my well, actually, I love red. I love red lipstick or liquid lipstick, whatever. But pinks are a struggle for me, but I have so many of them. I don't understand. So I definitely want to go through them. Also, these are my oldest lip products. Most of them are from ColourPop, which, if you know anything about ColourPop, is that their products go back quickly. So I do need to go through them. I don't know that I'm going to get through all of these, but I'm going to try. Now, there's a couple products that I have used a lot in the past because they were in previous project pans, and that's going to be like this right here, which is Anastasia and ColourPop, the Ultra Metallic. This is a metallic red. This actually looks very beautiful. But as you can see, there is a lot of separation. So I'm probably going to try to do this towards the beginning of the year, because I think this will be an easy one for me to go through. Also, it's winter time, and I feel like that's when you wear red a lot. I don't know. So I'm definitely going to try to work through that one. I have another red, and this one I did have in my, can't remember, was it graveyard? I think it was my graveyard. I barely used it in that project pan, but I did use it quite a bit. There's a bit of separation. I do know that this formula is very moussey, and I do reapply quite a bit, so I don't know. I do definitely want to finish it. I don't know that I'm going to actually end up putting in a project pan. I bought these three as a trio from the ColourPop Spring Collection back in 2018. And I got them when they released. So these ones are old. I need to go through them. But I have this like pinky red color. This is the one that I really wanted. I ended up getting these ones as well because I thought these two were pretty and they came in a trio, and I was like, why not? The mistakes we make when we're young. All right, and then this is a beautiful peachy shade. This is actually pretty pretty, and I think actually this one, I do think this one will look really good in the spring, so I'm gonna try to put it somewhere in the spring. This one's more like an orangey coral. Definitely think this two are like very spring colors, so I am very happy with those. Now, ColourPop does not have a lot of product. I think they're like 0.11, so they're relatively small. I could potentially go through them, but I know that these are also hard colors to put every day. All right. Other lip products from ColourPop. I got this Luxe lipsticks when they originally launched. This is the original Luxe lipstick launch that came out in 2018. These are original shades. The only one that I know for, there's two actually, three for that I might potentially repurchase. I actually really like these. So you have LA Lady, which is more of a warm nude. Then you have Layover. I love Layover. This is literally my lips for better. Love this shade. It's also kind of like a pinky nude. And then you have Ghosted. This one's definitely more of like a, this is a pink. This is sort of a pink, but it's slightly muted, so it's not too intense. I really like that one. Now these other two are going to be really hard to go through. What If was actually in a previous project pan, so there's some use on it, and I do feel like I go through bullet lipsticks a lot easier than I go through liquid lipsticks. I think it's because it's easier for me to reapply them, but it's the shade What If, which is essentially a very bright pink, very similar to this one right here, which is Mucho. Do you see that? Do you see that? I don't know. We'll see. And then I also have On Display, which is another red. This is a blue red. This one I've only used a couple times because my favorite red is actually from L'Oreal Los Angeles and Kiss Mess. I do like it. That red and this red are completely different. I could potentially see myself repurchasing this if I happen to only end up with two reds in my collection, which actually could potentially happen if I actually succeed in this, because I think these are most of my reds, and then after that I will end up with just these two, and I'll be happy with just these two because they're very different reds. Anyway, is this slightly unrealistic? Yes, I am aware of that. I don't know that I'm gonna go through all of them. I do know that these are old and I need to go through them. For me to be able to go through 10 lip products is not necessarily hard. I definitely gone over that this year alone. I think I finished like 12 lip products this year alone. So yes, I could do it. I know myself I can do it, but I also know that these are hard colors to pan. Except for maybe this three right here, which is Ghosted, LA Lady, and What If. Everything else in here are hard colors. There's a lot of pinks, a lot of corals, a lot of oranges. I don't know, guys. I'm a little scared. But these are gonna go bad if I don't use them this year. I just know that. So I need to use them. Currently they smell fine, they work just fine, but I need to focus on them. I just they need to be a focus. So this is kind of what I'm thinking I'm going to be panning. There might be more things potentially. I currently don't know that though. Like, I don't know what it is that I'm going to be focusing on other than this. I don't know what project pan I'm going to put him into. I still don't know what my project pans for next week look like. I know I am going to be joining the pie project pan because I'm going to just keep going with it. And I'm going to keep going with the Partners in Cream. And I know I'm going to be doing the roulette because I really like those collabs. But other than that, I don't know. I definitely like to have about 5 project pans running at once. I feel comfortable in that number. And I know one of them is going to be like my eyeshadow obsessions. So there's definitely room for me to be able to join like 1 or 2 more. Also, the roulette project pan doesn't run the whole year. So there's that. That one will come on and off. And I know the Harry Potter project pan will go somewhere in the middle again. And that's okay. I'm definitely going to join that one whenever that one comes around. But again, that one doesn't run all year. So there's another, a couple of like seasonal ones that I'm going to be joining. So yeah, I don't know how this is going to go. I don't know, but we'll see. Maybe I'll take inspiration from Ashley Elizabeth because I know that she does like seasonal project pans. So maybe I'll start like a first quarter winter inspired project pan and just put like 5 products in it and just see where that goes. And then just for 5 months, see how much progress I can get done those first 5 months. I don't know yet. I'm thinking about it. That's an option for me. I've mentioned before, year-long project pans do burn me out quite a bit, unless I can easily rotate through things, which the Partners in Cream project pan at the beginning was burning me out because I had the same products for a really long time, so it was hard for me. But once I started rotating through them a lot quicker and I get smarter with the products that I was putting in there, I am enjoying it a lot more. But I know that if I end up putting this one, that's gonna be a slow burn. So I know I'm setting myself up. So I gotta make sure that I put other products in there that are gonna be easier for me to go through. All right, it's enough with the rambling. This is what I'm thinking of project panning. Not sure when, how these are gonna happen, but they're gonna happen. All right. Stay tuned so you can see them officially get panned. I'm not sure about all those products. Some of them might not make it, but I'm going to try my best to try to get all of them out. So like it by new ones, of course. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Do not forget to like and subscribe. Bye, guys.